Hi, guys. So, my name is Ariel Huggins, and I am so excited to be talking to you about branding, why you should brand, how you can incorporate your life and your story, and so much more. So, I am very excited to be here tonight. So, I forgot what I was going to say next. My name's Ariel. You guys, part of me is losing my words frequently and like reeling it back in and covering so gracefully. I am the most graceful person you will ever meet. That's a lie. That's a lie. So anyway, my name is Ariel. I also go by Wicked, and that is part of my branding, part of my identity. Let me give you a little bit of a backstory. Hello, friends. So I started my own Scentsy business when we moved to South Korea in 2013. Words are so hard. You guys get it. You guys get it. I say that a lot. So in 2013 is when I started my business. I was pregnant with my first baby, and over the course of our almost 3 years there, I had both of my kids, and I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life, right? And branding was only starting to creep into my mind 3 years after I started my business. So hopefully you are able to take some tips and tricks and help your business a little bit quicker than I did. If you've already been in for a while, that's okay. There's really never a wrong time to start branding, but it is important that you brand. But why? Why should you brand? We're going to go over all of that tonight. And first of all, your brand will evolve, and that's okay. I want to show you guys. I can't believe I even still have this, and I'm going to show you my first, ooh, can you see it? My first label that I made on Avery, and with, I think, Microsoft Word. I didn't have Canva. I didn't have fancy apps. I used Microsoft Word, and I got to tell you, it probably took me a couple hours to make this dang thing. Dumb. But we learn as we go, right? So look how ridiculous this is. And I thought it was so cool, right? Because I loved this tribal print. Oh, by the way, I'm a superstar director. My group is Nomad Tribe, hashtag it's your move. And so the tribal, the vibe that this gave, I still like this print. I thank you so much. Anyway, so this is it. I don't know if you can see it. Ooh. Anyway, so I want you to know, this is where I started. And that's okay. It is cute for 2015 Ariel, you know, maybe it was 2016. I don't know. It's a baby. So let me show you where it evolved to a couple years later. This was, oh gosh, I want to say, where's that picture taken? Oh, that was in my last house. So it was a couple years ago. All right, can you see that? And I got the circle label idea from Maggie. So I love the circle labels. And it just says need Scentsy or need a refill or something. And let me show you where I'm at today. I have so many stickers I use now, but these are my product label stickers that I use. It says, hey, and I just hope people, when they see this, they imagine me saying it like, hey, and it's got all my information on it, right? So from the evolution from here to here, look how crazy it is, but that's amazing. You have to start somewhere. Right? Okay, so something that's really important that I utilize in my business, and we'll backtrack a little bit along the way, but I use a forwarding URL because ariel.scentsy.us is great, but people don't know how to say my name correctly. So I can't imagine that they're going to spell it correctly. So to keep it easy, and with my branding, my nickname is Wicked. My branding is wickedlywickless.us, and that's my forwarding URL. I always have my open party attached there. I think I got it. My forwarding URL is through GoDaddy, and I've had that since 2000 and something, right? It's been a while. I've had it for a while. And every time I have an open party, I make that my forwarding URL link, right? So I don't do anything except plug it into GoDaddy. I open my party, plug it in, I'm good to go. So that no matter what I put this website on, it's always going to take them to an open party. Same with my QR codes. They're always wickedlywickless.us, so that the QR code on whatever I put it on, like this sweet poly mailer, that QR code is going to take them directly to my open shopping link. So you don't have to have a forwarding URL. I have to sneeze. So if I pause in a minute, just know it's not you, it's me. What was I saying? Sneezing. God darn it. It got me good. I don't know what else, but I also have a hashtag that I use. It's Wicked Fun. I use this when I'm posting on Instagram, so that if somebody happens to click on my hashtag wicked fun, they're going to be taken to my forwarding URL. Thank you so much. It's like $20 a year for my forwarding URL that I get through GoDaddy, and I always have it on there. You can also do other cool things with it if you want to delve a little bit more and get techie. So that's neat, but I am not somebody who's going to pay for top SEO, that's search engine optimization. I'm not going to pay like the big bucks to be pulled up as a first advertisement. That's not in my budget. That's not in my agenda. I'm going to connect with real people. Fun, Reese Witherspoon. That's so fun. I get Kimmy Gibbler a lot. I do. So forwarding URLs are amazing. It's a great budget, and it's a one-time a year fee. I know there's a lot of things that we're like, it's just one time a year. So make sure that you're being conscientious of this as you build your business, because you don't want to have all of these business expenses if it's out of your budget right now, if you can't afford it. So think about these things along the way, but this is a great one that I've used for so many years, and I don't ever have to change it. Right. So Wicked, like I said, is my nickname, hashtag Wicked Fun. They can find me wherever. But so what's the point of branding, right? Why are we even doing this, right? Why would you want to be branded? So people think of you. So your customers are constantly thinking of you when they're like, oh, Scentsy, oh, my girl, she's so wicked fun, right? I want them to think of me and hot pink and confetti and Harry Potter and all of the things that I love. I want them to think of me because I am a bigger person than just a Scentsy catalog. I am not a walking catalog. Yes, I sell Scentsy, but I am not a product. Does that make sense? I am not a product. I am really freaking awesome. I'm a Harry Potter lover. I'm a mom. I'm a wife. I love really goofy, silly things. And I love laughing at myself. I love keeping the peace. I love finding the bright side. I am a Ravenclaw. Thank you for asking. I love finding the bright side of things and the silver lining. If there's something crappy that's happening and you come talk to me about it, you're rad, Kelly. I am going to likely help find the solution, or help make you feel better, or try and find a way to bring light and sunshine to the situation, because that's just who I am. My friends joke that I have resting smiling face because I'm like always smiling and happy, and I love that. I'd rather that than like not be remembered at all. You know, some people, they're known for their RBF, and that's okay, right? I'd rather be known than not known at all, because of my branding, and I stick out, right? And my face, my smiling face is on everything. Let me show you a couple other pieces. Is that the order I want to do? I have my list, and I want to make sure I'm not going out of order. I don't care. I'll get to it all. I love putting my face on everything. And it started with this baby branding Ariel. So let me show you what I put things on. Besides just my product labels, these go on everything that comes into my house that I send back out to customers. But I also put this on my mail. It says, hey, it pays to club. And that takes them directly to my Scentsy Club link. What? Yes, it does. QR codes. This is done in Canva. All of my graphics and designs are done in Canva. I know Maggie posted about it earlier, and I'll be talking about that in a minute. But hey, it pays to club. I want to be in the club, right? Who doesn't want to be? My labels. And then I had a customer complain once about confetti in her envelope. I put confetti in everything, and googly eyes if I can. If it's a thick enough envelope, I'm going to put googly eyes in it, and it's wonderful. I love it so much. I also love Halloween. That's part of how I got my nickname. Also, I love musicals so much. So anyway, I had a customer saying that she was like super pissed, and she wanted me to remove her from my mailing list because of the confetti. Totally fine. That I would rather somebody tell me than stay angry at me and me not knowing, right? So I made a sticker that says, caution, happiness and confetti inside. And I put that on everything I send out that has confetti in it. It's like a warning, like you're gonna get confetti, but there's also happiness, right? So something else I do, if I'm giving out wax samples, like I have all these testers from so many years past, and I don't want to sit on them because what good are they doing in here? I'd rather give them out as samples, especially if they're discontinued. I'm probably not going to use them if they've just been sitting. So I have a bin and I pull from them if I don't have ready-made samples or something to give out with local orders, or I'm sending a party pack or something. And so what I'll do is it says, out of wax, use this wax emergency stash and text me or shop this link, wickedlywickless.us. Again, there's that forwarding URL, but then there's a picture of me. Oh no, you know, it's a wax emergency. Don't let it be, you know. And then something I do when I have hosts is I send this to all of the guests. And again, it's just the simple branding. It's like, hey, here's what your host got. Can we hook you up with a party? Yes, girl. But it's like, yes, that's me. They're connecting me with Scentsy in multiple touch points. Everything they receive from me is going to have my face on it. So these are just examples of marketing materials that I use. I'm not saying you have to go out and do this, because I have done this baby steps over time, right? I've been doing this for 8.5 years, and I have baby stepped this. Does that make sense? I have incrementally included things in my business. I'm so fancy. I'm sophisticated when I say things like that. So you don't have to do this all at once, right? Keep that in mind. So Canva branding kits. There are, so hot pink, confetti, some purples. These are the things that I use constantly. And I try to stick with the same like 5 to 10 fonts, because I can't just choose 3. People are like, ah, choose your top 3. That's dumb. I like more than just 3 fonts. So anyway, I use like the same 6 to 9 fonts throughout everything, and I'll switch it up depending on my mood, or if I have a different theme I'm doing for the month, like I'll maybe find something fun with that. But the colors are really what I stay consistent with. And sometimes they'll evolve with the seasons. You know, they might need to be moodier in the fall, or like brighter in the spring. Hot pink is always in style, by the way, in case you were curious. You're welcome. So Canva is what I do everything in. So I've had it for years, and I have the pro version. It's a paid version. Again, it's a once a year payment, but it's like $120, and I do everything in there, from creating my landing page, which is similar to Linktree, where I can have all of my hyperlinks in there. I create all of my graphics, my stories. I create QR codes. You can create websites similar to the Linktree landing page for various things. It's incredible. It's incredible. So Canva is amazing. And there are so many YouTube tutorials. If you don't know how to do something, like search engine, YouTube, there are people who have made videos for you specifically to use to learn how to do new things. So I encourage you to train yourself, right? That's part of this business too, and growing as a leader and as a person and a business owner, teaching yourself. Fishing, right? You want to teach people to fish, you got to learn how to fish first. Fish. I don't like fish. Thank you, mail. Again, I put my face on everything. I put it on my envelopes, I put it in everything. And when I'm sending out mail, thank you mail has evolved over years for me. But right now, what I'm using, hold on, did not prepare for this part because I just sent my mail out today. Oh gosh, this is awkward. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Pink envelopes. This year, it has evolved every year for, let's just say forever, right? Because this is forever. Last year, I went big on the thank you mail, and I went themed, and I like went all in, and my customer base and my team grew exponentially last year. It was amazing. This year, I needed to scale it back for my own sanity. So everybody for like 5 months after they order, no, 4 months after they order, 5 months total, they get happy mail. Anytime they get a first piece of mail from me, it's going to be like a scent circle, something I can still mail in this envelope, because I want them seeing that hot pink envelope and smelling whatever scented sticker I have on there and knowing it's a happy mail day. Ariel's mail made it. Yes, yes, yes. Part of my branding, hot pink. But seriously, whatever's in your budget for thank you mail, I don't want you to think that you have to do all these things. I use my host rewards to get scent circles to send to my customers, because I want to give them something tangible. Scent circles are easy, they're flat, and if you get them with your rewards, they're super cheap, right? So you don't have to spend anything. A text and an email work incredibly well. Just saying thank you. A postcard, something that lets your customer know that you appreciate their business and why they should keep coming back to you, right? Okay, so what is your niche? Who is your niche? And what is your ideal market? I was blocking my notes. I had to move this. What is your niche and ideal market? So the strategy is to start narrowing it down, right? There's this whole world of opportunity, but you need to narrow it down. You need to focus on the people who are going to be your people, who are people that like things that you like, who you're going to connect with on a different level beyond just their love of Scentsy. You want to be able to connect with people in other ways to form those bonds, so that when they're talking to their friends, your name comes up in such a positive way that their friends are then going to want to do business with you. I love plants. I love Harry Potter. I love working out. I love naps. Did I say I love reading? I love reading too. Naps though, man. If you can get a good nap in, it's a good day, you know? I am not opposed to midday naps. Sometimes even morning naps. That's not the point of this though. The point is finding the people that you connect with who are into the same things you are. Are you holistic? Do you have dogs? Do you have a Jeep? Do you like bumblebees? I'm looking outside. I have a pillow outside with a bumblebee on it. Somebody commented on it yesterday. I didn't think anything of it, but she said, hey, you know, my daughter got me the bumblebees. I really like them. I'm starting to collect things. So random. Forgot I had that pillow. This lady loves bees. We might be best friends. I don't know. But find what your 3 to 5 things are. And a strategy is, if you don't know, start narrowing it down, list out the things you like, but ask your VIPs, ask your friends on Facebook and say, hey, besides Scentsy, what are like 3 things that you think of, or when you see them, you think of me? It's a great way to get people engaged and interacting and figure out what they think of when they think of you. Because sometimes it might not be anything you think of. I said think a lot of times in that 30 seconds. But what lights a fire within your soul? What are the hobbies that make you freaking happy? What are they? And if your customers don't like samples, just send them a quick text. Take them off your mailing list and just send them a thank you text. And maybe sporadically do like a drawing for $5 off your next order of $30 or more, you know? Do something different to treat them. If they don't want the samples, don't waste your money or your time on them. Your resources are valuable. Time is the resource that you can never get back. So if it's a waste of time and money to make those samples, then don't, right? Do what your customers dig. Even if it like lights a fire within your soul to make samples, don't waste your money and time if they don't want it. I do make a good latte. I am so fancy. Thank you for acknowledging that. Okay, so that's a really good step to start with your strategy, finding your niche, finding your branding, figuring out what colors you like and what fonts. And guys, there's like Pinterest boards that are dedicated to things like that. So go find out what you like. And don't go to places like defont.com immediately because you're going to be overwhelmed. And I don't want you to just not choose something because of the analysis paralysis, right? So if you go to my Instagram page, you'll notice that the posts are about things that I love. When I make reels, I do it to be funny and silly, but also solve problems for my customers. I want to be knowledgeable. I want to be a resource. I don't want to just have them look at me and think, oh, she's funny and that's great and she sells things, but I want them to know that I help solve problems too. Like, oh my gosh, do you love houseplants, but you wish you had a humidifier? We have a diffuser that you can put right next to it, and it's going to just love on your plants all day when you can't. And maybe they're the plants that are super like a-holes, and they decide that they're going to die if they don't get enough moisture in the air. Our diffuser is going to help you with that, right? It's going to help your plants live. Things like that, something you're problem solving. Do you have waxidants? Here, let me show you how to clean up after a spill. Problem solve and find solutions for your customers that go beyond just buy my product, that are things that you're helping them with. Do you need cleaning solutions? We've got an awesome clean line. Let me help you clean your house and make it smell amazing and not like crazy toxic bleach and chemicals. Boom. Pew, pew. Ooh, plants do love our salt lamp. I have a salt lamp and a diffuser right next to my plants in my office behind here. Yes, they're great. And we have a Himalayan salt lamp warmer. So good, right? So find your niche, find your market, help problem solve for your customers, be the solution that they didn't even know they needed, and you're going to be the resource that they come to. What do you do for your customers and how do you stand out for them? Figure that out and give yourself some tough love too. Don't dwell on the ugly thoughts, but be honest and transparent with yourself so you can figure out what's working, what's not working, what you know you should be doing and what you're not doing. Be honest with yourself. That's okay. Sometimes we like to live in this world of like, everything's perfect, it's la la land. And I get it. I like that place too. However, you're not going to grow if you live in a delusional world where you think you're doing everything, but there are things that you're missing or things that you're avoiding. How many times have you done laundry to avoid work? I have done it so many times. So just be honest with yourself, okay? And I think the most important part of this, I think this is my last little bit, Do not try to do everything all at once. I have shown you a lot that I do. Again, 8.5 years of figuring out how I run my business, how I want things to look, how I treat my customers, how I do all the things. Do not try to do everything all at once. You are going to give yourself so much overwhelm that you're likely going to give up. Pick like 1 or 2 things to start with and build them. Habit stack. Once you have one habit and you like it and it works, stack another one on it. Give yourself at least 60 to 90 days though to see if these steps, these habits, these processes are going to work. Because that like 90-day period, if you can give it up to 90 days, that's going to really be when you see those seeds that you've planted start to blossom and grow. Or they're going to wither and die, and then you get rid of that seed, right? Another harsh truth. You've got to be honest with yourself. If you try something and it doesn't work, you need to be okay letting that go too. But you have to give it time. You have to give it consistency, right? That 60 to 90 days that gives you consistency to see the results or lack of results, depending on it, is really what's going to help your business grow and thrive. Oftentimes we give up too soon. We haven't given our plant enough water and sunshine and time to take root and then grow. Because you know what happens with plants, right? The roots grow first, and then the plant grows up. So the roots, the foundation, the consistency is what you're building. Have you ever seen that image where it's the 2 guys like mining for diamonds, and the one guy is just this far away and he's walking away because he gave up, but the other guy is still digging and still digging. He's gonna find those diamonds because he didn't give up. Don't give up on yourself. And you know what's really cool? The brick by brick incentive that we're doing right now is these same habits. You've got 60 days to build that consistency and build those habits before you stack on a new brick. I don't know why I started over here. I guess because bricks are staggered, right? No, these ones are in a row, right? These are like my cinder block wall columns outside. You're stacking these bricks up. So the first one was building your team. This one is building your sales, building your PRV. You get 60 days to work that consistency in, to sell catalog items. That's our bread and butter. The LTOs, they're just like sprinkles of fun sunshine, right? Get your bread and butter, get your consistency, get your foundation built. Do you guys have any questions for me? Thank you so much for letting me come and speak. This was amazing. I'll have to go back and scroll through the comments to see, but thank you so much for having me.